Hey guys, Kyrasift here with a double review. This time I'll be reviewing the Kyutama Tensou, Deluxe Q Buckle, and Deluxe Ryu Buckle from Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. This is the belt used by the Kyurangers to receive Kyutama, as well as a special version that's used by Ryu Commander. Each set includes a buckle, set of belt straps, and one Kyutama. So, let's get started. First we'll look at the two included Kyutama. The Q Buckle includes Kyutama 25, the Futago Kyutama, which is based on Gemini the Twins. This is a clear green Kyutama. You can see the number here on the sticker. Then we have the two fractured halves of the image on the front and back. And if we mouse slide it, we get the complete image of a pair of twin boys. Now one thing of note is that this is one that is a little bit misprinted. As you can see here, the figure on the left is properly formed, but for the one on the right, they misprinted the image on the outer layer, so that doesn't quite line up. I mean, basically, the top part of the hair here is a little bit higher than it should be, and the arms are a little bit higher than the shoulders, so they kind of intersect with the head. And this is a problem I've unfortunately seen on other reviews of the Q Buckle, meaning this seems to be a mass spread or a widespread mistake on the part of this Kyutama. So here is the back and the bottom. Then the Ryu Buckle includes Kyutama 19, the Rashinban Kyutama, which is based on Pixis the Compass. This is a clear yellow Kyutama. You can see the number here on the sticker, the two halves of the image on the front and back. Then, if we mouse slide it, we get the proper image of a compass with the needle in the center, and then the four cardinal direction letters written around it. Then here's the back and the bottom. Next, we'll look at what sounds they make with the Seiza Blaster, starting with the Futago Kyutama. So to start, we'll set in and activate the attack mode. And so using this Kyutama allows the user to create an exact copy of themselves to fight alongside them. Then the Go mode. Same sound, and like with past duos, just show off one of the control mode sounds to show that they do still make the generic control sound. And next is the Rashinban Kyutama. So once again, staying on and using the attack mode. And so using this Kyutama allows the user to target and search for a desired item. Then the Go mode. And next we'll use the Kyutama with Kyureno. So once again, we'll start off with the Futago Kyutama. So taking out the Shishi Kyutama. We'll place it in. Then activate Kyureno. And so you can see the image of a human silhouette splitting into two. and then the Rashinban Kyu tama. So first we'll activate it. And there you can see the image of a compass needle pointing in a certain direction. Next we'll look at the two buckles. So, if you hadn't guessed already, the reason why it took me this long to get around to reviewing the Kyu buckle, which was released at the start of the show, was that I decided to hold off on it until this recolored version came out, so I could review the two of them together, since they are essentially the same toy. So for the design, we'll look at the starting one, which is the Kyu buckle. So you can see that this one is molded in silver plastic, with the front being part of the Kyuranger symbol, with chrome silver for its outer ring, with these lines and stars indicated by these little dots, as well as this very metallic and reflective dark blue plastic within it. The handle up on the top, and the bottom, side, back, and the other side. If you press down this button, it'll open up this spring-loaded latch, which is where you can place a Kyutama to store it. The same applies to the Ryu buckle, but the silver parts have been replaced by gold, both in the plastic and the chrome paint, and the dark blue has been replaced by a black. But overall it has the same design. Now for the belt straps, we have some standard silver belt straps that do match up with the style of other Sentai buckles. So to attach them, we'll come around to the back and detach them. If you look closely, you can see that it has an L and R to indicate which piece goes on which side. So we'll take the one labeled L, put that in first, sliding it through until this side it comes out right there. We'll take the other one, labeled R, and slide it in on the other side. Lift up this until they are together, like so. You can slide on these pieces. And clip them together. Just like so. And there we have the fully formed belt. And so the same applies to the Ryu buckle, so I won't be demonstrating that on camera. Now, of note is that since these are Sentai belt straps, they don't have any official extenders, but if you have a certain other item, there is a bit of a workaround. One thing to note is that the straps that come with this buckle are identical to the ones that came with the Bugster buckle from Kyuranger X-Aid. So, if you take the belt piece that's like this from that set, then attach one side to here using just this notch, you can essentially use this as a makeshift extender. So this way, you can actually make it so that if you have a larger sized waist than the specifications of the belt on its own, it is possible to actually be able to wear this buckle, or the Bugster buckle by extension. Though for the remainder of the demonstration, I'll be removing the belt straps since they aren't needed. So coming back to these, if we open this up, we can take the include Kyutama, take the bomb and place it onto the space with the number facing forward to go into the divot there, and close it up to store it. And we can do the same with the Ryu buckle. Then to eject it, you just take it, push the button, and now it pops the Kyutama. Just like so. One thing to note is that when trying to use this on a hard flat surface like this, you need to be a little bit careful, because if you just push the button basically, the impact of the bottom of this piece against the hard surface will basically cause the knockback, or basically the shock from there, to pop off the Kyutama. So in order to circumvent that, there is a little trick you can do, which is that as you're opening up to basically lift up the back end of the buckle, so that when you eject it, it actually takes the weight off of this piece. And this can be done with either one of the buckles. And that way, you can basically guarantee that you will eject out the Kyutama without it popping off. And it really is something very simple to be done, but it does have to be done carefully, or else you will have it pop off. And there we go. Overall, these are a couple of very simple buckles. And even though they only store one Kyutama, that is accurate to the series. And on the whole, these are definitely more meant for roleplay purposes than actual storage purposes. And it's the kind of thing that kids are probably going to get more out of than adults. Though, as for the roleplay purposes themselves, they do have a little bit, or rather, they leave a little bit to be desired. As the way these are supposed to work in the series is that these are used to receive Kyutama that are teleported to them from their base. And so it doesn't really give off that impression of that happening when you have to open up the side of the hatch, put the Kyutama in, close it up, and then have it eject out again. I think in order to get off a better idea that it was kind of teleported into the buckle, it would have been nicer if it had some kind of a sliding hatch that you'd open from the back, then put the Kyutama into the panel from there, then close it up, and then have it, you be able to eject it from the side. I think that overall would have worked a little bit better. It would have taken a little bit longer, but it still, I think, just would have given off a better overall feel. As for which one you get, that kind of depends on the situation. If you're just looking to get one of them, then just get whichever one you prefer, or whichever one comes with the Kyutama you like better. If you're collecting all the deluxe Kyutama, then obviously you're going to want to buy both. Though if I had a personal recommendation for if you're just going to buy one, I would say to get the normal Kyu buckle, because I overall prefer that in terms of the looks, at least in terms of the colors they use, as even though they did use a gold color for the Ryu buckle, it is one of their outer shades of gold plastic, and it's one that, in my opinion, kind of resembles cheddar cheese in the coloring, which just makes it look a little off, or not quite as good looking as the more standard silver plastic of the Kyu buckle. whichever one you get, it's something that you can either go for or pass depending on whether you want it or not. So, next time I'll be reviewing the Do Re Mi Fa Beat Gashat Poppy version. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.